positive change, and today's a day that can all happen. Everybody just has to put forward an effort, and our world can be a more equal and fair place to be.
I'm so privileged to live in like a fancy house where I get a nice pair of clean clothes, I get a warm shower.
I think it's everybody's responsibility to look out for each other in the world.
People can't ignore when young people are trying to make a difference. They have to listen.
The ASUS program is something designed for kids.
You go to class and you learn about problems around the world.
It's an elective, so you join into it if you want to.
Kind of like a social studies, but you focus more towards things that are global.
Basically a social justice group, and we help by raising awareness and raising money for organizations that help people in need.
We do projects around the school raising money and awareness for issues like slavery and poverty and homelessness.
Help kids get out of brothels, that's what we do with IJM, and there's a lot of other things to say. I could be here a while.
I joined this because I want to make a difference. I don't want to sit on the sidelines any longer. It really interested me in what was going on in the world and opened my eyes to a lot of things that I never knew about.
Today, war for kids is kind of a glorified thing with all the video games out. Everybody makes it look like this great thing, but then there's these kids actually going and killing people and fighting and dying, and it's just really sad.
I feel most passionate to help the kids in the brothels because they were either tricked to be put there or they were stolen from family members.
I have been bullied and I know how it feels, and I don't want other people to feel like that.
I joined because I wanted to make more of a difference instead of just living like my life was like there's nothing wrong in the world. Instead, living it like there's something wrong that we need to do something and help.
I've just done videos with a couple of my friends, like YouTube videos about child soldiers mainly.
We built a sister school in Zimbabwe, and we got like a school in a place where they didn't have very many schools, so that kids could go to school and get an education and like build a better future.
We've also done a project about blood diamonds and about how that kind of fuels the war in Sierra Leone.
I did the photo contest, raising awareness for slavery.
We don't send things overseas. What happens is that we send the money, and people in the village that are with the school are like the carpenters are in the village. We send them the money, like pay them to build the things for the school. So it's helping them get out of poverty at the same time.
So I raised $100 all on my own.
We raise money for rescuing kids from brothels, especially teenage girls.
Food drives and money drives, and like right now we're doing a clothing drive.
I made a website called freechildsoldiers.webs.com.
We have built a school in Zambia and supplied it with teachers and supplies.
We do overnighters to raise money.
That's where anybody that feels like raising $100 and does so will get to stay overnight on one night. That's a set date.
I raised money for the all-nighter, so I stayed at the school. I raised $200 for IJM.
We spend the night just as a big party, and we celebrate, and that's what raises the most money, I think.
The funds that Glen and Rosa Middle School has raised are going to help girls in Calcutta get out of brothels. And so the way that IJM does that is kind of 4 areas. They go in, investigate, find the girls, they partner with local law enforcement, then to rescue the girls, then IJM lawyers brings the perpetrators into accountability using rule of law, and as well as The girls get to be placed into a really healthy aftercare facility where they're educated, they get emotional mental care, and also they're taught trades.
You're never really too young to make a difference. Like, our class has made a massive difference on the world. You don't have to be a certain age or have a job or anything. Anything you do helps.
It made me think a lot harder about what's going on. Like before, I didn't really, it's not that I didn't care, it's just I didn't know so much about it.
Everyone should have a responsibility to do something if they can.
It's changed the way I think about things every day, like problems every day about things like, oh, I don't like my sandwich and stuff like that just makes it seem so small compared to what's going on in other countries.
The people out there who are being hurt are people too. Like, we have to help them because we can.